To week 1 of the preseason. Tonight's game will be H Warriors versus Team Papega. IBMG is joined with the amazing caster, and our host is Farrell. And our first map will be Busan.
Hey, Busan. Good map.
I enjoy Busan. It's a very fun map.
Yes, it is. We are live on YouTube. Let's get the comments rolling. Let's see who the chat thinks that is going to win this game. This is preseason.
I think I'm going to win because I'm best commentator.
Okay. So of course, this is OLOC. This is 222, and this is hero bands.
And we have hero bands, which this week's are Widow, McCree, Mercy, and Ball.
I need my ball.
I don't mind Ball being gone. I'm a Reinhardt main when it comes to tank, so.
You know, I was a one-trick Mercy, now I'm picking up Ana.
Ana's best support in game. But, yeah, I mean, we're seeing a Rein Zarya comp come out of both teams. No, a Rein Hog comp actually coming out of Warriors. And we see an Echo on both teams with a hit scan. Which isn't very surprising, to be honest. But, Papega definitely looks like to be going for a brawl comp with the Rein Brig. And this is a very strong map for that brawl comp, so.
Yes. But the one thing I will say is the Ana, if the nades are there in a brawly comp, then that's going to be
makes the brawl fall apart. Yeah.
So the nades have got to be crucial to win. And speaking of that, already taking damage. The Ana had to use a nade on herself. Whiffs on the sleep dart. And so now it's just both teams trying to cycle
and
her up.
And they have Echo in their backline, but the Ashe stopped focusing on the Echo, but will take the Echo out. And Pegmoo?
There's a huge sleep, I think, no?
Nice shots on that Rein. A good bubble though.
Snoop will switch off of the Echo onto the Genji.
Schrader
and that will be a main tank from Papega.
And that looks like the Warriors point right now.
Papega able to take out the main tank is what needed when the Coalitions comes out. Already the team fight over. But they do have the nano. So just
H Warriors definitely holding on to this point. At least for the time being.
The Ana is at a staggering 6 HP. And the soldier drops the healing pad down so Ana can heal up, which is huge. And looks like now the Echo from Papega has swapped off to a Genji. And so far, there has been no answer to the Ana, as in there's no dive, nobody really pushing her except for the Brig. But by then the Brig was naded, so she couldn't heal, and just whip shot pushed her back and just disengaged. And looks like both teams are fighting on the point. And down goes Freedoa, but down goes the Echo for a 1-for-1 trade-off. Bob comes out.
Warriors getting 4 kills, 5. That's a team kill right there.
It is a team kill.
That visor was huge coming out of Tang.
The visor was huge, but whenever the person ran in front of the Ana naded him in front of at the same time and killed him with a nade. So the Ana was able to do that and get 50% ult charge.
Getting that huge sleep, knocking out the main tank. And we see Echo having her ult, and Echo's ult is the most powerful ult in game.
You nano the ulting Echo for fun.
Well, of course, after
she's the Reinhardt.
And she dupes Rein. This is going to get a shatter so fast, but she gets killed out of it.
It was the fully charged Zarya able to take her down, and that's what led to that right there.
A very high charged Zarya takes out everybody in sight.
Yes.
A bit of a panic grab.
And it looks like
Papega got it.
Papega got it, yeah.
So
They will
it's
get their
like
first touch on this point being 99-20 though.
they have the
So-
blade, so they can use the blade.
But they don't have very many things to pair blade with.
I think if you're Pepega, you use the blade to try to see if you can win without the blade. If you're the Warriors, you use the let them get blade out. You turn around and nano visor and win the fight with that.
Yeah.
But they won't be able to do that, taking out Spooky Assassin and Pang falling, and now Shader
This
falling.
is-
Red Hawk is also falling.
That
And we see
that
another kill getting out on Nerdy and Abstract.
on the
So-
team kill right there. As soon as I lost two, they shouldn't have popped the blade because by then the team fight is over. But granted, you built up Rally and you have Bob, but you have
And you almost have Coalescence and Shatter. Reinhardt, if he plays right, kid, get Shatter in a couple seconds where it's done. So,
the Bob is coming out.
we see the visor come out, but due to the barrier, it didn't get any hits. And this Nano didn't see any value come out either. The Shatter comes out and it's
Oh
huge.
my god. Pepega just turned this shit around.
That may be the game. This round right here. This might be this round because I don't think no one can touch, and it's going to be Pepega winning this map, going 1-0 in this round.
Yeah, they win this round, but might still lose the map. But that was huge there at the end because the Reinhardt literally just stood in front of the Soldier while he was vising, completely shutting down Soldier.
Okay. So this is interesting. If this stays, you have a Pharah, but remember, there is no mercy. Wait
But
a minute.
a good Pharah
Wait.
doesn't need a mercy.
Is Abstract going to do it?
Attack
Is the
orb.
Abstract? Is Abstract going to pull the Fran and go Torbjorn? It's hammer time. I want to see a hammer kill. And Pepega's running the same
Abstract
thing as
is
last
good.
time.
Abstract was walking in the walls.
Okay, is that Anna's taking some damage. That right there, the Anna used the nail on herself to heal when the sticky bombs got placed on her. And
I
that's
think
what really,
Abstract is having some major connection issues. He showed up into that fight very late and he kept walking into a wall.
let me try to watch him real quick. It's either lag or stick drift for him.
Yep, it's like
It's got to be lag or stick drift because he walked straight into it and waited and watched. But anyway, while I try to resolve the technical issues, while we have a few minutes, we do want to just say, don't forget to join the server. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that bell icon whenever we go live with our preseason, regular season, or postseason games. Even the OLOC podcast from time to time. All the subs, all the shares,
the
all that.
lovely podcast where even we don't know what's going on.
It is all appreciated here at the Overwatch League of Champions. And it is all thanks to our humble host, the Fair Alligator, or Feral, whichever one you'd like to refer to him as.
For Alligatron.
For Alligatron. So if you're interested in bringing a team in maybe next season or anything and just want to check it out in general, don't forget to join the Discord. And like I said, give us a follow. Don't forget to give us a subscribe and hit that bell icon. So far, what are you seeing from this preseason match between the Warriors and Team Papega?
I mean, so far it's looking very even, and like very much at a standstill, because as we saw from the first round, Warriors had control of that entire point up until they hit the 99% mark. And then Papega was able to bring it back out of nowhere and win the first round. So I think that's partially due to a few ultimate ability usages on the side of Warriors.
Right, we have
So
restarted back, and it looks like Abstract's doing good now. No issues,
yeah, Abstract's legs no more.
except for Orion kind of took care of that. So no.
And we'll see.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Abstract should have started pulling out. We saw 4 members of the team died, but Abstract still stayed right there. So,
Right. This is going to be an interesting because you have 2 shatters. It's which Reinhardt gets the fatter shatter.
not always the fatter shatter, but also the one that sees the opportunity first. And we'll see Abstract
shatter
over to this Tracer from Torbjorn. And that's huge on the side of Warriors.
Echo.
Using Echo to copy a Zarya, knowing that both having 2 high charge Zaryas is amazing, and also knowing that they were going to charge grab that fast to where they could take the point. Having that 3rd tank allows you to be way more aggressive than you normally would.
You know what? Speaking of 3 tanks, I miss Goats.
I don't. I never played it. Someone play Goats with me, I'm a Reinhardt.
And both Reinhardts take each other out, but Shader's able to double his ult charge right there, but Pega's able to flip the point.
Yeah, and it looks like Pega might win this first map unless Warriors can pull something out. And only having this Tracer where they can touch is a bit of a problematic.
There's the grab. There's no D.Va to eat the grab.
We hear the bomb come out of the side of Papega, and the coalescence is huge, popping off 2, and then Bob gets another 2 kills. And that will secure the point. Echo committing suicide at the end to stop Warriors from touching. So Papega will take the first map.
What do you think made Papega able to win that game? Was it the tanks creating space? Was it the DPS getting picks? Was it just the good support play from the Brigade giving armor, and then we were just all the burst healing?
To be honest, I don't know. I just think they were a bit more coordinated than, like, overall. Like, both teams had great individual play, but Papega looked like they had more coordination than Warriors did.
And also, for this next map, the way they're doing is the loser of the previous map gets to pick the map. Between either, whichever one it is, between either Control, Hybrid, Escort, or 2CP, the loser will pick the map. So we are not sure of the map, as this is something new we are trying. So
I love this rule, because, like, it can really show a team's strength, because, like, you'll see so many times, like, maps will be pre-chosen, and some teams just are genuinely not good at certain maps. Like, any team I'm on, we're always bad at Volskaya, because I can't play Volskaya. I cannot stand the map.
Yeah.
So my playing goes down. And I know there's a lot of people out there that just can't play certain maps, because they don't enjoy it.
Cough,
with
Paris and Horizon.
I enjoy Paris and Horizon because of the challenge, though. Like, I don't think they're good maps, but I enjoy the maps due to the challenge.
Farrell looks at us from a distance going, he said, what?
Well, I look at it this way. If you can attack the first point of Paris and get it in one push, either their defense is absolute garbage, or you're just actually good and really good at attacking, is how I look at it.
Or you just have you just do double shield Symmetra.
I don't do that.
I know.
I do the flanking echo. Or
Don't
like,
be upset, man.
but like
I'll
I'll
pop it.
always do weird setups on defense because like there's a bastion spot where you can sit off the map as bastion and just look over point.
Yep. And I'll just pocket Mercy that echo. Gotta love it. But back to this
Echo's
game.
banned. I mean, Mercy's banned.
Mercy's banned. I know. But back to this game, there are no subs for either team. So this is basically 6v6.
It's 6v6, but we could see players switching roles. The players are not limited to the roles
We're
that they
going to
start in.
Going to Eichenwald next.
I really enjoy Eichenwald. I think Eichenwald is either the best or second best map.
First off, that is King's Row, my guy.
Well, that's why I said, like, they're really close, though. Because both, like, Eichenwald has such a good story behind it with the Reinhardt cinematic, and is just a genuinely fun map to play.
Both teams.
But so, what do you think the Warriors need to do to turn this around?
I think they need to work on their team coordination and their ult coordination, because on first round of Busan, we saw the soldier visor. And about 10 seconds after the soldier got done visoring in the same fight, then he got nano boosted. Going into that fight, nano and visor were already ready. So they could have nano visored and got more picks in that fight, but instead they wasted visor, got no picks, let alone damage, and then the Ana nano boosted him, and again, the soldier didn't get a single pick with the nano. But we will be starting map 2, being Eichenwald. But in your opinion, what do you think Warriors have to do better?
Well, for one, lag wasn't helping in the beginning of the second map. So, other than that, it's Echo, and by Echo I mean people are still figuring out Echo, like who counters Echo or who does she counter, and with these sticky bombs, I guess you'd say, it's really hard for a shield, because if you're Reinhardt's shield, you know the minute that hits your shield and explodes, it's massive damage to your shield, and
Yeah,
her beam,
like,
if you're
yeah,
the beam,
that beam will shred anything in front of it.
and so I think
As long as that is half health. That includes barriers too. So as soon as an Echo sees that barrier start to crack, it's no game for that barrier. The barrier will be gone. But we will see an Orion Orisa come out on defense.
And you know, this is me personally, and I'm not saying this because, you know, I know a certain big fan of the hero, but with the Brigitte and Moira and the, you know, Brawly / in the background, maybe a Sombra to hack? EMP on a Brawly comp it's doom? But alas, we move on. Again, the sticky bombs just already doing some damage to the shield. Ooh, the fire strike takes down the Ash.
That will be a huge pick on the side of Warriors, because now they don't have as much damage coming their way. And it looks like Echo's about to go down the back line, barely surviving along with Moira. And MC getting back to the fight, but already at half health. Ooh, and already dead again, getting picked twice. And there goes Cactus. And Echo and Moira falling along with the Zarya. The Reinhardt has to charge to get out of there, hoping to escape with his life.
He makes it to the point, and the Brigitte has swapped to a Lucio, and the
Ash swapped
Ash
to Jungler.
that looks to be the only swaps.
Yeah.
This is
Junkrat could be huge to play here due to the simple fact that Junkrat has such a high damage output and Warriors is running double shield.
And Pepe's already got 2 ticks on the point.
Almost 3,
Massive.
but it looks like they will get taken out by the Visor along with Reinhardt picking off Reinhardt. And I think that'll end Pepega's push onto the point, maybe? Zarya killing herself on accident. Same with Echo. Well, Echo did it on purpose.
Well, this is going to be huge for both teams. Both teams have the Shatter. But does the Echo copy the Rhine and try to then get another Shatter to make it 2 Shatters versus 1?
Nah. If I was the Echo, I would go for the Orisa. Getting that Orisa and getting Bongo could be a huge game changer. Especially if like the Zarya starts getting high charge. Or you could even do something like another Junkrat and to just multi-tire. A giant shatter coming out from Warriors, but not picking off any kills. Except for one, and it looks like Pepega will finish taking this point.
They've had point for a few minutes, but it's just Moira stalling the point to get old charge. And looks like, speaking of Abstract, he is swapped from the Junkrat to the Echo, and looks like the Baptiste has swapped to the Ana. And
in my personal opinion, Echo is not a very damaging character. Oh yeah, Orisa switches. Which Orisa switching to Sigma makes a lot of sense, because Sigma's barrier is stronger than Orisa's.
Here comes the Riptire coming in. And it is going to get the Soldier. Yes, it gets the Soldier. And the Soldier still has ult and didn't use it.
That's both DPS down on the side and main tank of Warriors. But Spooky getting a pick off of Cactus on with the Coalescence, but instantly being taken out by the Zarya.
And the Sigma Star
will just fall behind.
But they were at least 50 to 60% of their ult charge, which is huge for the team fights coming up. You do have the Visor can be used, and Abstract goes down again.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't find that Echo is a very strong defense character. Shattered getting taken out, that will be main tank and a big DPS out. And both main healers going out. And that will be a team kill, I think, right? No, Echo is still standing trying to escape.
And they are going to cap this point with 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. So good time so far. And the Soldier has swapped to a Doomfist. And Cactus has swapped from the Lucio to the Brigitte back again. And here comes Sigma ult on the point. Sigma ult gets a lot of them. Finally some kills in the kill feed. Go for Pepega. Looks like it's against Pepega, and that looks like this is going to be a hold right here.
Shatter pushing very far, chasing them back to spawn. Shatter made a lot of room in that fight to get them to be pushed back.
Grab comes in.
Nice Shatter.
To counter that grab. But the Reinhardt will be duped, but Nanorine's scary.
Nanorine's always scary.
But Nanorine gets no kills. Both tanks and a main healer falling from the side. Well, everyone falling from the side of Warriors once again.
That's
they
a
stalled
huge
for about
pick-off.
a minute and a half. Reinhardt having to use his charge just to touch point again, but instantly falling. And at this point, it's just warriors trickling in, trying to stall as much time out as they possibly can. Echo using her ult just to survive on point a little bit longer, but that will be the end of the round.
That's a minute 48. That's actually a good time.
I mean, it's good time, but they wasted an extra 30 seconds there at the very end because of everyone just trickling on the point. So Warriors were doing a very good job at stalling, but it wasn't enough to keep them from getting points.
So I would say maybe try to do a sim TP behind them, try to rush them and try to get a quicker point. I could see maybe a far in the sky to try to do some damage. It's just the Ryan Zarya is just the standard comp. And I could, again, go back to it. I could see a Sombra hacking them. Sombra hacks either one of those.
I would love to see dive. This first point is open enough for dive.
So Ryan Zarya,
Hanzo, Ashe, Brig, Moira. Coming out of the defense side being Pepega.
It's going to be interesting if they keep the setup with the Zenyatta Brig. There's the Moira swap. It looks like they're going to start pushing at the spawn. And they are running a Sombra.
Wait, who is?
The Warriors are running, well, they were running a Sombra. They switched to an Ashe. And Abstract getting a huge pick off.
Yeah.
And they're getting brawling.
DPS falling instantly, but the main tank from Warriors ends up falling. And there goes off tank. So that means there's no tank on the side of Warriors, and there goes Abstract falling, but taking out the Brig is Ashe.
That's huge right there.
But Ashe falling to the Zarya and Moira. Warriors definitely had the advantage in that fight, but then both tanks fell.
The supports are about dead even right now. When it comes to ult charge on all of them, both Moiras have it, and both Brigs are super close to each other. But this is going to be interesting what they're going to try to do. Ooh, nice. There's a pick on Snoop. So this could be, I would, with that right there, with Spooky.
That was a huge grab.
Spooky should have faded out of that and not pressed the Coalescence. Because they were in the grab, then he pressed the Coalescence. He
should have faded out and then pressed Coalescence.
That or if the... That or... Now... Four Cactus has got the advantage so far in the healing with the Brigette versus, and Spooky's doing a little more ult charge than Frito, but there's another Hanzo ult after just being used. There's two picks.
We just see people falling from Warriors, and Warriors is getting very low on time, being at a minute 25.
And the Moira does have Coalescence, but the Moira's out of ult, and Moira's taken out by the Hanzo. If I'm the Warriors, don't engage since 4 Cactus used ult. Instead, wait for that to end. The armor goes away. Then do your own rally. Now do your rally. Now do your armor. Now do your Coalescence. There's 2 picks to 1. You're out healing the stuff in the grab. There's multiple
damage are down though. and here comes a dragon. And Warriors, you're just seeing their picks come out. And it will look like Pepega's holding again.
30
They
seconds
invested a
left.
lot of ult in that. They invested every ult they had besides Shadow from the side of Pepega.
Spooky has to swap to the Lucio. And now...
I think they need to move.
So why wouldn't the Brigade right there just swap to a Lucio?
I think it's for stall on point.
No, the Moira swapped to a Lucio, and then the Brigade swapped to a Moira. Why didn't the Moira just swap? I mean, the Brig just swapped to a Lucio. Because the Moira had ult charge already. It looks like this will be Team Pepega's fight right here. It looks like this is their point, and they're gonna go up 2-0 in this map right here.
Now, what are the rules for winning? Is it still?
It's first to 3.
First to 3 now? Okay.
It's first, according to my sources, and which by my sources I mean the Lord, our fearless leader for Feral. It's the first to 3.
Feral, is it first to 3 or all 4?
Alright, so, for preseason, the score is going to go first to 3. This is a chance for teams to show themselves off a little bit, and for us on the board to figure out who is going to be active, and then in the main season, there will be an official map pool for every some odd weeks, and you'll play all 4 maps with a 5th map tiebreaker if needed.
You've heard it. Sure. You heard it from our fearless leader himself.
Oh, and it looks like we either have a DC or a lead from the side of like.
Like I was saying before, the loser of that map, being the Warriors, will now pick the following map.
Warriors are 2 games down. And once again, on Eichenwald, I think it was the same problem they had on Busan. When they went to do ults, or when they went to push or anything, they did not seem very coordinated. So, if I was the Warriors, I would definitely start trying to work on coordination more.
So, currently we can see...
It's Volskaya.
And just as... Wait. Is Pengumu on Warriors? Oh, they're swapping teams around. Okay.
Swapping sides.
We are swapping the Lestoids.
Oh my god, both teams Pepega?
Whoa, now. We have somebody trying to join. We have somebody cracking open a cold one.
It's not cracking up a cold one.
Feral is playing Pokemon.
I'm playing Pokemon Showdown.
Hey.
And this league is sponsored to you by the OLOC Podcast.
The OLOC Podcast. It's kinda nutty. It's kinda Gucci. But it's a whole lot of God.
Alright, no, just give up. No.
Yeah.
We don't say Gucci. It's not a thing.
Alright. Team Pepega's still trying to get that 6-man in here. The all-important 6-man. Especially from the DPS perspective.
I don't think DPS are as important as the other roles. I'm a DPS main. That's the sad part.
Actually, the most important role is main tank. Don't at me.
I think most important role is main support. If you have a bad main support, you never win.
I say main tank. And the reason being is because main tanks are Main tanks are few and far between. You have a solid main tank, you're gonna have a solid team. But going into this map on Volskaya, what do you think the Vapega has to do to win this 3-0?
Keep up what they're doing. I mean, their team coordination is so much better than Warriors. They combo their ults. They're like, a healer is never out of place. They're always behind their tank, and they always are like very well coordinated.
So for the Warriors, what do you think they need to do to win? I mean,
they
there
have
are
to do
times.
a couple things.
Okay.
One, they have to be more coordinated because in the last couple maps with Warriors, I would see a Hanzo or Ashe being a bit outside of Reinhardt's barrier and getting picked off very quickly. Or very easily. Or same with a couple, like one of the supports. So, with Warriors, what you have to do is you have to be more aware of where your team is. You have to coordinate better, and some people, they'll start to push, and then they'll stop pushing. Also, they go to alt combo, and they don't combo at the right times. Like, the Moira coalescence, and then like 3 seconds after the coalescence start, the Zarya decided to throw grab, so that she could coalescence the grab. So things like that you have to be careful of.
So, and looks like we're going to Volskaya next, so should be an interesting match, to say the least. Interesting map.
We'll see Hanzo and East and West Star on tank, and I Kill Grownups switched over to DPS from being on that tank role, if I remember correctly. We'll see a couple move arounds on the side of Warriors. Nerdy going up to the tank slot, and Red Hawk going down to support.
So that's currently what we are waiting on. A bunch of substitutions.
And it looks like both teams are right, and we will be heading into the third and possibly final map, being Volskaya Industries.
Right. So now, after all that, people moving around, substitution swaps. Again, this is the preseason. This is stuff to improve, also work on for teams, and also the league itself for like the game host, the mods, and all. In the event of issues occurring during the regular season, they can already get a heads up and try to fix some stuff.
May I just say the one good part about this map isn't even working.
Bruh.
The robot is not dancing.
Bruh.
Ready for battle.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it's going to be Ryan Zarya versus Ryan Zarya.
But we see the Warriors bringing out a Bastion.
Bruh. They're gonna go Bastion. You'll love to see it.
The I'm losing Bastion.
Oh. Is this the Sim TP behind the point?
I think they might try to go up and over.
And the Baptiste for Immortality. I would like to do a Lucio speed boost other than the Zenyatta, but other than that. And I think on the flip side, it's Ryan, Zarya, Echo, Ashe, Brigitte, and Moira. So the Ashe, oh, they're trying to TP behind the point. Yes, they're trying to TP behind the point.
And they succeed.
Oh,
The entire team is behind.
spooky! You hate to see it. Spooky. You hate to see it, my fan.
Already in a 5v6 because of a sim
That was
teleporter.
a good nade. A good
Now see,
Ashe
what
dynamite.
Warriors don't know is what's coming up behind them.
With Ryan?
The
And-
entire team. There was
The
only
immediate
2
rotation.
people from Pepega on that point.
They knew the strat and just
The rest of them
rotated.
were all flanking behind them.
Baptiste has the uses immortality field. And there's the swap from the Zenyatta to the Lucio. And now they're going Sombra. They're completely getting away from the Sim TP strat, but now your ult charge for against 3-on-3 is, and now they're going dive. They are going dive on the offense. This is going to be interesting. There's the Winston dives. There's the D.Va right there, defense matrixing. And there's a pick on Spooky. And there's a pick.
And there's the cleanup.
There's both supports. There's your tanks. There's a bunch of DPS. As the Bob comes out and cleans up. So it looks like this is going to be the full reset.
Yeah, it's going to be a full reset, and it looks like Warriors are going to be might be hard held on this first point. Granted, 2 minutes left. There is still a lot of time to pull this out.
And, you know, a good Sombra EMP can shut down even the best of strategies.
Echo being
Needs
at
to
2
charge that
health
first.
and gets taken out. Reinhardt being hacked where he can't use his barrier.
Oh, there's a hack
Zarya
on
now
the...
hacked. But it looks like the healers will start cleaning people up along with Moira just DPSing everyone.
Alright, so...
Literally everyone and everything in the way.
But, for this fight, you have Sombra EMP.
You have Sombra EMP, yeah, but like
60 seconds.
Remember,
she
you
could be
can't...
stunned out of it.
So let's see what they try to do here.
So
And they can also build up to Winston ult. Oh, they're all grouping up together up top.
Adjusting angle of attack.
There's the EMP. It gets all 6.
getting all 6 but won't get a pick off. Oh,
Sure.
Zarya goes down. But it looks like that'll be all that goes down.
Hey, right there, I think they had it. They had 6 people. But jeez.
The follow-up is too late.
Oh, Echo does go
falling
down.
and Zarya switches off of Zarya to
There's
Roadhog.
the Bob.
And now the Winston's already used Prime. We're already 50%
Diva's
of the battle.
D-Met. And we see both healers getting low. Winston going down, but so does Brig. There goes the Lucy, but there goes the Reinhardt.
It's back and forth. Brian goes down. The D.Va has the ult. So D.Va can self-destruct on the point if needed. And the D.Va falls off the map.
But the Tracer gets the Roadhog, which was the main thing stopping him. But Ashe takes out the Sombra. But the soldier
this
falls
is-
to the Tracer.
This is the major benefit
And
of the
it
dive
looks
composition.
like Warriors might have this first point.
And it is just going back and forth. And the D.Va is super close. The Winston pops ult. There's 2 huge picks. And this, down goes Frito. Down goes the Moira. And now,
Choosing not to contest anymore.
now this is huge. because you engage right now. You have EMP Diva Bomb. You EMP the Rhine, there is no shield. That Diva Bomb is huge. There's just no stopping it.
But at the same time, there is a lot of corners to play on the second point. Unlike the first point, you're less likely to get a giant bomb on second point. Or full stack.
Here's the Diva Bomb coming out. Gets
And it only
one.
picking up Hog. Hog wasn't even hacked, but he was trying to go for a flank hook. And the bomb caught him.
Huge. That could have been huge, but it wasn't huge.
They got all the hacks, but like I said, all the team members were able to just move out of the way because all of the little things in this area.
And Abstract switches from the Tracer to the Ash now. It is just... You just gotta wonder with this stuff. I think if they would have did the bomb first coming in, and then the EMP, or even the Winston diving with a Tracer, Lucio like all at one time, followed by the bomb, it would have been massive. But again, preseason, stuff you can learn and improve from. So you see there, at the choke, and Abstract gets hooked from Narnia and gets taken out. Now, the Sombra is already 70% ult charge on another EMP as the Diva gets demeched with a minute left, and they're obviously just going to try to build up to one more EMP and do one more EMP Winston ult.
Maybe?
Let me see.
Maybe
Divas.
EMP bomb, if the Diva can charge it fast enough?
I think you're one clip / one hack. You're 17% from it. You're close to it. I think if it's a long, lengthy, engaging team fight, you got it. With 15%.
The Winston getting hooked out of mid-air.
There's a huge
The Hog
ult.
getting hacked.
They got EMP, but Lucio's down, and the Moira's down, and the Diva's down. By the time they get it, it's not even...
Even if they were to use EMP now, it wouldn't have won that fight. And the Hog staying on point just in case that Sombra comes back.
They did good.
They tried their best. I mean...
I just think Papega's just way more coordinated.
Yeah, like, they have a better team, like, synergy.
And
There is something I would like to say that I noticed, especially on point A. Something I noticed is when the Warriors, they swapped over to the Sombra and they finally got that EMP, but the biggest thing that happened is after they popped that EMP, like you said, they got 6 people, but the follow-up was so slow into that that the hacks are basically gone by the time the Winston had jumped in. So everyone already had their abilities back, meaning the Winston had to immediately drop out. Like, there was just no follow-up for that huge EMP. But then, Another thing I do want to bring up, which allowed them to capture point A, was they utilized that dive composition and the speed at which it can move. Dive compositions are really powerful in that they can move super fast from one spawn onto the point. And they, even though they were getting picked very early on, the staggers kept coming in, and those few that were there contesting the point just gave enough time for those tanks to get back.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but I think the main thing Warriors has to work on going in to the next couple weeks of the preseason and then into the season itself is their coordination. Their follow-up, like they're synergizing. Because no matter how big one ult is, if you don't have the follow-up on it, you might as well just not even ult it.
And that's a huge pick on Fredo starting this team fight. And Papega using the Ryan Zarya Doomfist Echo Brigitte, Moira, and that's already huge picks for
Yeah,
the Warriors.
both tanks down, and there was a quick kill on DPS at the beginning, so...
No, Moira. It's Bay, Brigitte, Ana, and Ana. That's 2, 3 picks right there for the defense, and the defense is looking good so far for these guys.
Warriors looks like they're getting their synergization on the defense of this point.
It looks like they're still running the Doomfist. Ash.
But it looks like we will see Pepega start to finally touch point for the first time.
It looks like they're shooting another nade on the run.
There is a very high charge Zarya here. And Zarya is terrifying.
That's a huge shatter
This is
on the
huge
opposite
coming
side.
out of Pepega.
That shatter
And
got a lot of
Pepega
people.
took the point so fast.
That was... The Bob got sent on the opposite side. If you stared at the, I guess, on the point, the Bob went to the right, and the shatter was on the left side of that little building, you know, either side you try to go into.
This is the, Pharaoh was, a huge wall blocking off the Rhine. The Rhine, there's no way he's surviving that. Rhine getting picked out at the very beginning of the fight, and it looks like Zarya might get picked off too. No, Zarya's gonna luckily escape with her life. But as Pharaoh was saying, dive, you can move from point, spawn the point very fast. It's a very strong comp because of the speed. But the strength of a comp like this is once you get the momentum behind you, you don't get stopped.
That's a
Wall
huge
comp
pick
is
off.
meant to push.
There's the Bob coming out.
The wall coming out of the May, the blizzard coming out, but it will not be killed too
Canceled.
fast.
And this is going back and forth. There's a shatter.
Huge shatter coming out, and they have grab just in case. And
They don't need
Pepega will win this 3-0.
Pepega looked really strong, really dominant in this game. Looked way synergized. And Fredola once again with probably the coalescence play of the game.
Yep.
This was the shatter on that end.
DPS Moira for the win.
Surrender to my will.
Yep. He called it.
$20 objective kills. Let's go.
Yep, DPS Moira. Gotta love it.
I
Just make
mean,
Moira
you
a DPS character.
you could just get to like mid to high plat with DPS Moira. I've seen it done.
Yep.
Well,
It's like having a second Reaper on your team.
I do think you two, though, have some business to take care of for the first time of Season 4.
The MVPs from each team.
It was Fredo twice versus the Ash once.
I don't so much think that plays of the game always matter though. Because in both of Fredoa's plays of the game, it was a Reinhardt shatter setting the play up.
That is true, so would you give it to the Reinhardt for making the space and enabling his supports and
I can't
team?
remember who the Reinhardt was. I wasn't paying attention to people's names.
And they did swap around a lot.
We swapped around once.
I think East and West was playing off tank too when he came in. I think Hanzo was playing main tank the entire time, wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure I was Hanzo.
Oh, I'm just gonna ask in the Discord.
Oh, he just left the game.
Well, I'm
You
just
wanna
gonna
get a-
ask their team who the Ryan was.
You want to get an interview in with anybody else on the team, or
I mean, Spooky is definitely my MVP for
out? Some of
Warriors.
his nades were good. Some of the nades were
Nades
good.
and when they were on Moira, their Moira was very sustainable.
Yep. Coming from a guy that's playing Ana right now on a Smurf account.
Oh, I don't have permission to talk in match chat.
Hey, what do you mean? You should be able to.
I'm not allowed to. I'm not technically on the team. Casters don't get privileges.
Anyway,
Game host can talk, that's right.
And looks like everybody had left. Do you want to try to get one in with anybody, or you just want to go ahead and just call it?
I was gonna call it, because I might try to figure something out
Whoever the
in the
Reinhardt
podcast.
was on Pepega gets MVP.
I'm gonna say it was Hanzo.
I think it was Hanzo.
So, Spooky and Hanzo then?
We can do that.
Which one? God damn it, Fredo doesn't know what. There was more than one Ryan. It was the. We'll just give it to the character.
To Reinhardt, period.
That's gives it to Reinhardt. Period. In the story. Who was MVP? Reinhardt. We had 2. Reinhardt.
We had 6 Reinhardts. Just Reinhardt.
Just Reinhardt.
Wait a minute. We had an Echo copy Reinhardt. We have 3 of them. Which one?
Oh no! Shut up! Just stop! This is
Oh, the confusion.
Why does this always happen? Only time it hasn't been scuffed was when it was me and Farrell.
Bruh.
And but don't know who was Ryan.
Yeah, we'll just say Hanzo, the Hanzo player.
Yeah, Cactus is saying Hanzo. So
We'll say that.
Farrell, is there anything you would like to promote?
Tomorrow we are doing the podcast, starting back up for the season, so it should be some fun. We'll have quite a bit to talk about. Me, Sig, Yiggs, and I believe Grave. So, your normal 4.
No more interruptions from me. I have been banned from podcasts since.
You're not banned,
last
you're just
time.
never around.
No, remember last time I got banned? With the whole "this is how Bernie can win" story?
Oh no, and with that, I think it's a good way.
But make sure to come check out the podcast tomorrow.
Yes,
there is
and
a
we
game
also
on
have
Sunday.
we also have 2 more games for week 1 of preseason. Both are Sunday at 2. One of them will be streamed, one of them will not, as we only have one place unless the amazing caster can stream one of them. But I'll talk to you about that later.
I mean, I could host the game if needed.
The host is going to be a definite, but
Well, I mean, I could stream it.
we'll talk later.
Alright.
We'll talk later.
But with that, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys again tomorrow on the podcast and in the next one. See you later.